What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of answering fitness questions that nobody asked for the answer to. On today's episode, we're going to be diving into the realm of chest. How many push-ups equals one bench press? Does one push-up equal one bench press? That is the question that we're going to answer here today. So we obviously know that push-ups and bench press work out pretty much the exact same muscles, including a little bit of different core activation from both exercises. I would argue that both of them are compound lifts, using more than just your chest, using your triceps and your shoulders and stabilization muscles in both of these exercises. But do they work out those stabilization and core muscles the same on both? Is one going to fatigue before the other? So it's pretty widely accepted that when you're performing a push-up, you're pushing about 60 to 70% of your body weight. This morning I weighed in just over 160 pounds, so if we do some quick math here, that means that I'm pushing a little bit over 100 pounds, in between 105 and 115 pounds. So in order to answer this question, we're going to hop down on the mat here and we're going to max out on push-ups. Following that, we're going to go ahead and set up some bench press and we're going to max out at 115 pounds. Are the reps going to be exactly the same? Are they going to be even remotely close? Well, that's what we're going to answer here today. So stay tuned if you want to know if one push-up equals one bench press. Let's get it. All right, so this part is pretty simple. We're just going to max out as many push-ups as we can possibly do in one set without putting our knees down or taking any real breaks. We're not going to be focusing on slow eccentrics or the perfect form, but we're going to try and perform these with pretty good form overall and just rep out as many push-ups as possible. We're going to do the exact same thing with the bench press. We're going to compare the numbers and see how similar they are. So let's go ahead and do some push-ups. Can't remember the last time I actually did a regular push-up, but can't remember the last time I did a regular bench press either. So I feel like they're on pretty fair grounds here.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe.
I think we did 43. Oh my God, I can't even use my arms to get up. I am in no way a calisthenics athlete, and I think my number shows that. We're gonna give ourselves a nice hefty break until I feel like I am fully recovered. And then we're gonna rep out some 115-pound bench press. Alrighty, so next up we have the bench press. So we have 115 pounds loaded up, and we're just gonna rep it out as many times as possible. You know, I'm not always 100% comfortable making these videos because I'm not some jacked bodybuilder who's super strong, who's putting up crazy weights every time they do some sort of a challenge or they're hitting new PRs all the time. I'm just a normal guy. I weigh 160 pounds. And although I've been training for a while, I've never been super consistent with it until these last couple years. And while I'm super happy with the progress I've made, I still struggle sometimes being super vulnerable and transparent on camera. You know, doing push-ups, I wish I was able to do 100 push-ups, but I can't. And my chest is one of my weakest points. But part of making these videos and the reason that I put them out is because everybody of every different strength level is curious about things and wants to ask fitness questions that maybe not the big influencers are answering. So that's what I'm doing with this series. Answering random questions, being vulnerable, and talking about fitness in a very plain manner that doesn't seem so confusing. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and hit some bench press. Decided I'm not gonna put this microphone on my chest this time because when I was doing the push-ups, it was just banging against the ground the entire time. So we're just gonna go ahead and set this somewhere that it won't be bothered. Honestly, my form felt a little weird and definitely getting some discomfort in my shoulder, and I'm not willing to hurt myself for these videos. But even if I didn't have shoulder discomfort, I wouldn't have got many more reps. Definitely a lot less than I did of push-ups. Maybe fatigue had a little bit to play with it, but not enough that it would make that much of a difference. And even though I don't do push-ups often, I do regular bench press much less often. Typically, I do an incline Smith press for a compound chest movement, and then I'll do something like cable chest flies. Personally, I have a little bit more fun with isolation movements when I'm in the gym, and being able to keep myself in the gym, keep myself consistent is more important to me than progressing in compound lifts like bench press. And it may sound like I have a little bit of a complex about myself, but I care more about what I look like than how much weight I can press in the gym. I've never been a really big guy, so being able to focus on my aesthetics kind of seems like a more achievable goal to me, and it boosts my confidence and just helps me feel better on a daily basis. Maybe if I was out there and I was a little bit bigger and I was hitting PRs all the time, I'd have that same feeling, but this is just my road and my way to achieve those goals. Now that I'm properly exhausted and hit a couple more chest exercises, we're gonna go ahead and grab some dumbbells. We're gonna grab 106 pounds total, so a little bit closer to the 60% mark than the 70% mark for the push-ups, but we're gonna do some dumbbell chest presses and see where that number lies. I'm just curious, and I'd like to know. All right, so 53-pound dumbbells in each hand, so let's see where we can get with this.
I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not unlikely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange.
A little disappointing. So there's two ways that we can take these results. The first being that push-ups are just an easier workout than bench presses. The second one is that in my lifetime, I've done more push-ups than I have of regular bench press. And that my body is just more comfortable doing push-ups. It hits your muscles in a way that's just different enough that you might struggle with one and not the other. Personally, I think my triceps are a whole lot stronger than my chest, and maybe my form with push-ups gives me a little bit of an advantage using more triceps than the bench press does. The feeling of the two is a little bit different. With both of them, I get a great chest pump, but with the bench press, I feel it a whole lot more in my shoulders than I did with the push-ups. I felt like my chest was the first thing to fatigue when I was doing the push-ups. For the bench press, I felt like it was more of my shoulders that were the limiting factor. And that definitely could be attributed to poor form. So there's lots of different variables that could have influenced the results in today's video, but as far as my answer goes, one push-up does not equal one bench press. This is just my experience, so there we are. If you guys enjoyed the video, click on one of the other videos on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.